Hey everybody, it's Tony from the Casual Pint. I'm here at Zool Beer Co. with Bentley, the head brewer, and we have an event coming up with them, our Sweet and Sour event. It's going to be pretty cool. It's essentially a beer tasting. You get 2 amazing glasses, as you can see on the screen here, and then you get 4 pours of the beers we're about to talk about, and then you get 4 small desserts. We think it's going to be really fun. We hope to see you there. And today we're going to be talking about the sweet part of this Sweet and Sour. And Bentley has come up with some amazing beers, and we're going to talk about both of them right now. Take it away, sir.
Thank you, Tony. So I mean, we're really excited. I think this is going to be an event that showcases a lot of what we've piloted and worked on as a brewery and what we're really passionate about on the kind of production side of things.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so we'll start with the sweet beers and some of the dark beers. We do a lot with those beers to create depth and richness and complexity, and just have it, really be able to absorb a lot of other flavors by giving it a base that has just a lot of the nuance of chocolate and stout and, kind of just notes that you're looking for there. So typically, we're brewing a big batch into one of these tanks of our kind of base stout. We change that a little bit from recipe to recipe. But like I said, we're really going for just thick, decadent, and really high ABV things that are almost more of an experience kind of beer that you want to share with people as opposed to something that you want to sit back and drink a ton of.
Okay, so you've got this base that changes a little bit from time to time, but overall it's your go-to for delivering flavor.
Yeah, we have pretty much the same goal on that base with every beer, and we just are trying new things to see what hits and sticks on really making it exactly what we want. Maybe one day we'll quit tinkering with it. But we're not there
yet. For perfection.
Exactly.
Well, what's the first one?
We're gonna have 2 really cool beers at this event. One of them is a beer that we've piloted a whole bunch of times on a homebrew scale, and we're really, really excited to be doing it on the big scale over here at the brewery. It's gonna be called Das Cake.
Okay.
It's our German chocolate cupcake inspired stout.
Makes sense.
So we were gonna load it down with coconut, cacao nibs, and vanilla.
Nice.
And even within that, I was just telling Tony earlier, we're really excited. We started getting a whole bunch of different variants and origins between what we have available in our cacao nibs and vanilla beans. So
wow, from all over the place kind of thing?
Yeah, so like you can get, most people use Madagascar vanilla beans, and that's kind of the standard, but you can get Tahitian, Vietnamese, Mexican vanilla beans, and all of these other kind of the same product from around different parts of the world that have that terroir within them and whatnot. So especially with the cacao nibs, some of them are really, bitter, roasty, dark, almost acidic. Some of them are really chocolatey, nutty, and fruity. So that's something that we're really excited to, now that we're on this scale, be able to kind of play with those variables a little more than I was in the
slight
past.
things that make the big difference.
But yeah, let's go ahead and pull a little sample.
Sounds good to me.
And you can just kind of see how big and thick the beers are. Almost motor oil like.
Thanks. Yeah. Talk about fresh.
A lot of what we're going for on these beers is, how much does it stick to the side of the glass? How much does it have that body without making it overly sweet? Because we don't want it to just be sugar juice or anything like that. So to still kind of maintain some of those stout notes, I think is really important.
We'll still have a balance.
Yes, there's still some level of balance there. We can take this base, which you can already kind of pick up a lot of natural chocolate notes. Definitely some toffee and some caramel and some things like that within there. And then we actually have some really cool specialized equipment to help infuse a lot of our adjuncts and a lot of our other flavors into it.
Okay.
So we have this dosing tank, and we'll get you a shot of that in a little bit, that is basically a 90-gallon filter basket within a tank that we can clean, purge, and then throw whatever we want into throughout the entirety of the volume of the beer. So
that's great.
Coconut can be kind of a difficult thing to work with, which is I think why you don't see as many breweries really going crazy with it, just because getting all of that coconut out of this tank after you're done using it
probably like shaved like you find in the stores.
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
Oh man, it's teeny little pieces.
It turns into quite a pain in the ass, or pain in the butt. So that piece of equipment really allows us to pull off portions of this big batch at a time, pilot some really cool things, and eventually still has enough bottle or volume for us to have for draft and bottle releases, and it just really has been an awesome tool that we're really excited about.
That's great. I mean, what a neat way to get flavor in there. And this is amazing. It's like you've got like the milk chocolate sweetness, but then you've got just enough dark chocolate to to really balance it out. And it's like you get a little bit of bitterness there, but it's surrounded by sweetness. So you're almost like you're constantly going back and forth.
Yes.
Really nice.
And that's where, and sometimes we taste these bases and we're like, ooh, this is perfect for this other flavor or this other adjunct. And so that can be fun. It makes it tough to plan sometimes.
Well, I guess a lot of times, I guess if you're going to put in something bitter, you almost want it to be a little bit more sweet to start with.
Exactly. So
okay.
if we have a naturally very bitter base that we ended up creating, then we're going to go sweeter on a lot of the adjuncts.
They make it all work together.
Cinnamon and vanilla and some cacao and chocolate. Whereas if we were really sweet on this base, I think we'd be looking more at a lot of the coffee variants and things like that that are going to drive that balance to really land where we want it to land.
And you were telling me something, you were going to make the batch that we're going to get at the Casual Pint a little special. You were going to something about double coconut.
This is coconut can't hurt. So,
yeah, right.
The more coconut, the merrier.
And we're pairing that with a coconut cream pie. So the more
Yes.
coconut, the merrier. I love it.
Yeah, so we'll already be balling it out with, I mean, close to a pound per gallon on the coconut, which is a very extensive amount of coconut to use.
Good amount.
But then we'll pull off a little bit into a 5-gallon keg and give one more dose of final coconut.
I love it.
to make
I love
special.
it. Well, cool. And then, so we've got the coconut, the Das Cake. And then what was the other one we're doing for the dark beers?
The other one is one we released recently, and it's had a great reaction in the tap room. It's called Fudge Words. So with that base, we really got a lot of natural kind of just fudge and chocolate. So we're like, let's just keep going with that as much as possible.
Just going.
So we bombed it out with more, vanilla, cacao nibs, and then we found a really awesome all-natural liquefied cacao product to really give it that last, just bump of fudge aroma and flavor.
And this is with the same base?
Actually, there will be different bases.
Oh, so they're different? Okay.
Yeah, so that was from the previous batch, and then Das Cake will be from the more recent batch that we just brewed into this tank recently.
Cool. And this one, we've got the Fudge Words we're pairing with a chocolate ganache from Chocolat here in Knoxville. And we went with this cheesecake ganache because we wanted to kind of, like we were saying before, let's balance it. We don't want to put chocolate on top of chocolate. So we went a little different. We went kind of the creamy, different kind of sweet route. And we think you'll be really pleased with that.
Yeah, I feel like you could almost take a piece of cheesecake and pour that stout over the top of it. And
that sounds
it
fun.
would almost be like a
Hey, you know
syrup.
what? No rules, well, this is great, man. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about with these sweet beers?
Just be careful. They're big. They're big.
I'll drink to that. Well, hey everybody, once again, this is Tony Schmidt from the Casual Pint. We're really excited that you're going to be there. And stay tuned, we're doing another video in the next couple days about the sour beers that we're going to be featuring at this event. So, we'll see you soon. Cheers.